So we have a new Boros commander. We have gotten a few of those now at this point. Kassandra Eagle Bearer. For 1 white, 1 red and 1 generic, you're getting a 2/2 human assassin warrior. And we do have that 5 color assassin commander, so yeah, she could go into that. Or just be her own commander. Now, she has haste. When Kassandra enters the battlefield, search your graveyard, hand and library for a card named the Spear of Leonidas, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. So she's doing a once per game ETB card draw effect kinda. But then she also has whenever a creature you control with a legendary equipment attached to it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. This means that she's a Boros card drawing commander. And this can be scaled up by increasing the amount of legendary equipments. And of course having creatures that you can equip these legendary toys to as well. And that is good, that is always good. Like, being able to draw cards is always good. Also on a free CMC mana cost, she comes into play quite easily and quite early in the game. So you're going to securely have that card draw mechanic on her. Like, the only thing you need to mulligan for are just an early commander like mulligan for that Mana Crypt, Sol Ring, Jeweled Lotus, Lotus Petal, Gemstone Caverns, etc. And you will have your commander in play around turn 2, and then you can start drawing cards on turn 3. Similar to how a mid-range Tumna would operate. The problem is that inside a cEDH metagame, the cEDH environment, so to say, this is going to struggle. Boros win rate inside tournaments are quite bad currently. Like Venota and other similarities to that is not performing good. You do have some potential combos, like you could go for Dual Custom Mage and Twin Flame, that's a 2 card 5 mana cost combo that will win the game on the spot for you. A big problem with this commander though, and that is that your value engine is from drawing cards. So before you're going for your combo, you rather draw cards first to increase the chance of having mana and interaction when you're trying to combo off. But the combo is requiring you to go to combat, so that could be difficult. Or just doesn't synergize greatly together, so to say. But you can also play a non-blue Undual Breach combo, basically playing Undual Breach and Grinding Station together for your finisher. But no matter what combos you're choosing to go for, Boros is always a little bit just too slow. Sure, you have card draw here, but you're going to be in a very strange race where you're trying to catch up to the other faster decks that is ahead of you in this race car race, you could say. That means that you have to slow your opponents down if you're going to play inside that environment, and that is not really going to work out. STAX is currently struggling, and as red-white don't really have that much counterspells, STAX is your only option, kinda, if you wanna interact with your opponents, which you kinda have to. So as a finalized review, this is definitely not something you should bring to tournaments, but it could be really good in more casual power levels or lower power levels. This commander would easily build something of a Voltron game plan where you're just accumulating an enormous army, making this commander huge and able to punch really hard, and just continue snowballing in that direction by drawing cards whenever you punch something. By the way, her equipment actually gives her double strike, so she's going to draw 2 cards from that effect. One of the big problems with Voltron is that it doesn't really draw cards efficiently. There are a few equipments that is somehow drawing cards now and then, but this commander will help out that Voltron game plan quite well. So in the end, a Voltron Boros casual value engine commander. And it will work great in that aim. That's its kind of position, what you should try to do with it, but don't bring it to tournaments. I want to highlight that I really think this is going to dig through your deck quite efficiently, because the equipment that she brings has draw 2, discard 2, so yeah, that's good. But also creatures with double strike is going to be very efficient with this commander ability as well. Another important component for this commander is that it can be quite resilient for casual, because If someone like board wipes all the creatures, you're going to keep all your legendary artifact or your legendary equipments, or your equipments in general, and if your entire production results around making tokens, then you're fine. So if you're building this commander, I would highly recommend focusing on producing tokens. There's a lot of different lands that are producing tokens, and from that you can easily rebuild. And then just equip your 1/1 or 0/1 tokens with your legendary equipment and go to beats. So if you want to play creature orientated and very combat orientated, but you're playing inside a very board wipey metagame for casual, this could be quite good. That's it for this little short card review, and thank you so much for watching. This is in the end a cEDH focused YouTube channel, but we don't have to talk about cEDH every single time. Sometimes it's good to point out that some commanders just isn't good for cEDH, but have other areas where they could fit in quite well. Regardless, take care guys, and I'll see you in the next one, as we have more card reviews to look into.